Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome to the People's Proletarian Petroleum Prefecture. Number 120. 120. We'll just have to get over that. The numbers are starting to get quite large. And just accept it. The train line railway, as it's all often called to, is finished. Actually. So, I figure it's time to send a train. And I think that we'll use the train distribution office to do this. Right? Since we have it, and it's a relatively new feature and everything. We should put, just hold on a bit. Before we do that, I put the steel exporting ship back into business. The steel is now starting to build up a bit. It could even be, you're not at the point yet where you can't store export steel, but you're getting there. So we'll preempt by setting that ship in motion. Yes, right then. Train distribution office, you are around here somewhere. You also have a railway going into you. Yeah, here it is. Have I even prepared by buying wagons for it? Yes, I have. Okay. At the medium customs house, you also unload petroleum products. And you get them from... that's the wrong way. You get them from here, you see. There you go. Now, we don't want you to... We want to see the train going away. We don't need to keep this at like a lot. We can keep it at, say... You don't need to keep it at anything. Come to think of it. There you go. We have configured a train with capacity of 720 tons. And it's off to wait at the first semaphore. Okay. Speed it up a little bit maybe. Oh, the construction train hadn't made it back yet. Although it's still... Oh, it's going. At the end, it is engaged further along the way. Did you send the second one? You sent the second one too. Interesting. Keeping a bit of workers from getting to their place of work as freight trains. Now I do a little bit of a strange turnaround here. A bit of a nödlösning, as we'd call it. But it works. It works. Yes, it works. And as long as it works, then that can't be too bad. Now it feels like a proper Soviet republic. We have a freight train. exporting things, our products, going around the meat industry for the moment, coming up on nuclear power plant, on a twisty single-tracked piece of railroad, right underneath high voltage wires, which are twisted around in a bunch and mess. And that's right, there's now a setting here I saw. Here, trains run on the left track. I mean, that has never been there before, that setting. I thought that if I ticked that, the semaphores would go on the correct side of the railroad or something, but that was not what it was about. Because the semaphores decide which side of the track the trains run on. Right? I don't know what that setting does. There you go, it is loading up. How much is a train of this stuff worth nowadays? Quite a bit. And there we have 720 tons, $3.3 million, or 3,130,000 rubles. Here comes the next train. This roundabout could be semaphored a bit better. It is currently not really semaphored for regular traffic, but it's good enough for our purposes for the time being, definitely. And we're going to extend the railway even further, aren't we? Yes, it's supposed to connect up to the storages for fuel and bitumen too. Sure. This didn't turn out half bad, this railway. Snaking its way through here. Especially this single tracked bit, right on the coast. Now, will you be clever enough to go back to the storage space immediately and load again, or will you go home to the train distribution office before you do that? We'll find out. So it will add quite a bit of unnecessary travel time and so on if it's going to go back to the train distribution office each and every time. Yes. No adults living with them, but we've actually had adults living with their parents just very recently, even. That's incredible. 11 of them. That means that we are now fully stocked on people. We have as many people as we can. Well, that reminds me, I have a new building that I need to order or said put them to work too on. Out in Järn. Yes, but we're going to finish writing this one first. Now we can start work on that building and also see what this does, if it goes back to the train distribution office or what it does. According to the schedule here, it would indicate that it will go back to the train distribution office rather than going there. But we'll see. Perhaps the train distribution office can radio the train and tell it to, hey, there's more of the stuff for you to go get. Because there is quite a lot. And that's going to take some time to unload. In the meantime then, is the building. The residential building, that is. It's around here somewhere. There it is. You wouldn't happen to be doing silly, stupid line spacing here, 30 kilometers per hour for some reason. I don't know how you end up in this situation when there are only 2 buses on a long line. It is 7 kilometers long. Average lap time 622 seconds. How do you end up so close to each other that you have to slow down to this extent? Full engine brake and retarder on. Down here, I guess. "200 workers waiting here. Very good. Yes, this is... you're speeding up a little bit. Yeah, but this is not line spacing, this is a gravel road during night time, and that's 45 kilometers per hour is the maximum speed. Now we're on a dirt road. The ambulance isn't really getting a whole lot more speed, neither. Which is a bit worrying. A 100 workers waiting around for us. Very good. Very, very good. Meanwhile, have the train unloaded yet? No, it has not. Yeah, these stopped production. That's because they're turned off. Turns out we don't need them. The heat exchanger is doing its work. And it would appear that the train goes back to the train distribution office. Right, we need to get rid of these. I'll sell them. Demolish. I can't tell you to go here instead. I don't think it liked that. There we go, and I have a little bit more space for something if we'd want it. $110 or so prison miners in total. I'd like a few more, but I suppose that's what we have to suffice with. We have the iron buffer is completely full. We have 120 workers, regular workers in this iron mine. That's good enough. All of these 4 running at maximum. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay then, more railroad. Do we have time for this? No, we don't have time for this. Going to do this in 4 minutes. This railroad. That's impossible. That's even impossible. We might have to do something really silly in order to get this. First of all, we'll have to get rid of a bit of road here. And again, I can't help but feel that that road probably served some sort of purpose. So what to have? Railroad. Could you do like a bridge out of here? Over the road? Other infrastructure is in the way. But this is what I meant with silly. Also, we could only do one side, which is enough, really. But try it again. Try it regular way on the ground. See how that does. Railway crossing is too sharp. Angle of railway crossing is too sharp. We can't take it out that way. Now we could have like so. Continue. Very easy to lay railroad here in winter time. White on white. It is so easy on the ice. Does barely hurt a single bit. There, and then we could put the switch all the way out here actually. Right, and then over there is the roundabout that we're going to hook this up to. This was no trouble at all. Actually, no, it wasn't. And off you come there. There you have it. That's those two hooked up. Yeah, we just need to get a hold, grab the... yes, I'll put in a few semaphores so that the construction office can work on at least some of this simultaneously. There we go. Rail construction office. Rail construction office, you're here. And we add that and that. And that should have you in work for a while, I'd imagine. Although I think that we'll have to deploy proper trains since the train distribution office isn't really sending long enough trains. I think there is a mod. Wait a minute, here isn't there a mod? I'm just going to save. Opening up the mod menu can have a tendency to crash the game after all. For doing longer trains. Thank you. Then again here, if you have a longer train, it's going to stand on the road, blocking the road. Not good, but whatever. Train distribution office. Doesn't really say, but area 5,760 square meters. This seems to do very long things. Okay. Does it say 500 meters there in the thing? Maybe. 400 meters. Yes, but where do you put this? Here? Actually, it might not be a terrible idea to put it here, because we could, with relative ease, hook it up to the roundabouts. Why not even have the longest one? Yes, we'll have the longest one. Oh lordy ho, that was something. Do a little road connection for you. There we go, and some more rail. That's you. And you, rail construction office, you get going on these as well eventually whenever you feel like it. It's on the to-do list, it's on the to-do list. This looks rather massive. Why, yes it does. It also had a road connection here. It could be one... Is it one of these stupid things that has a... No, it's two-way. Some modders, for some reason, do one entrance road and one exit road, and that annoys me to no end. Do we want a road connection here too? No, we don't need it. I don't think. This looks like quite a thing. Yes. Okay, we just need to wait for the rail to be finished, and then maybe we could deploy proper long trains onto this. And also not have them cross over the passenger lines for doing the work. Maybe. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you so very much for watching Train Distribution in the People's Proletarian Petroleum Prefecture, number 120. Good night.